Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn save method from query methods of Spring JPA. We use save method to save an object into a table. So in JPA, all the methods are categorized into three parts: finder methods, query methods, native methods. By using one of the category, we can develop or perform CRUD operations. Today we are going to deal with finder methods. The finder methods, we have few interfaces. Two are CrudRepository and JpaRepository. These are common core interfaces which has common functions to do the CRUD operations. Today we are going to deal with save. By using save, we can save a record into a database. Suppose if I create a company or username, password, or if I say if I create a user with a username, first name, last name, I can save that object as a row into a database by using function save. Let's create a program now. Save example should be Java Maven 21. Next. Derivatives are optional. I'm going to save the object into my SQL database, so I'm using MySQL starter. So I'm using Spring Boot JPA persistent framework. So I'm using Spring Boot JPA as a starter. So these are all my database details. We should provide database details to communicate with the database. To save an object, retrieve the data, do any operation with the database, we should providing the database details into property file. Let's run the basic example, basic auto-generated file, main file. Perfect. So application is able to talk to the database. Let's create some packages. Let's create entity. So entity, so this particular entity will deal with database table. So I'm going to deal with company table. So the other than I should say added entity. When I say added ID means this ID is going to be primary key of this particular table. If you look at here, this is a company and ID and a company name. It has few rows. Let me insert one more row with save method. So company means company, ID, company name, company name. Let's create a repository here. So I'm going to extend the basic CRUD repository. If you look at here, Yeah, here. If you look here, CRUD repository has save all, find by ID, all this method. We are going to use save. Save saves a given entity. So we are going to use this method to save an object into database. Let's create some services. Public void. Their company. Perfect. Okay. So what I will do here, let me get this repository. Let's annotate this company interface as repository so that bin can so that Spring can load this particular component as a repository, as well as if I say service this thing Spring, whenever booting, it will load this class and mark this service with this particular name. Okay, perfect. So we need this particular reference company and when you say auto-write, this particular interface means whenever you run the application, Spring is going to create the proxy classes which implement this interface, nothing but is going to implement all these methods automatically. Spring will take care. We don't do anything. We just use these methods. Save, okay. Save company. So what we do, company, okay. Okay, we do one thing. All right, get the status. Status. Company dot set. 610. Company dot set name. Meta. Okay, I think this looks good. Whenever we call this method, we are creating an object and saving. So we should execute this method, but before that, we should get the context. Get bin. So here we need this bin to call this method. Okay, that's it. So I'm calling this particular method. So if you look at, this is the bin, entity. This is like a repository component, service component, service implementation component. So C is 6 is there in the database. 6 is not there. So we should get 6 meta. We got 6 meta.